പിന്നീട്
Why do birds fly in a V formation? Find out the answer during the course of this video. In which continent can you not find bees? Answer: Antarctica. There are nearly 20,000 known bee species in the world, and they are found in all the continents of the world except Antarctica. The reason for this, apart from the freezing temperature of -76 degrees Fahrenheit, is that, for bees to survive, they need an environment that contains insect-pollinated flowering plants. Lush, tropical environments make good living places for bees because they are most likely to have a variety of flowers that bees can feed on. This is why bees cannot survive in Antarctica, as there are no flowering plants there. In fact, bees exists in desert as well, but they are rare and have adapted by living dormant for months at a time under the desert soil, only emerging after heavy rains that cause desert flowers to come alive. Which is longer, a nautical mile or a mile? Answer: nautical mile. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.1508 statute miles. Both are units of distance, but are derived and used differently. A mile, also known as statute mile, is a unit of length, or distance measurement, on the land, that is equal to 5,280 feet. A nautical mile is a unit of distance used for air and sea travel, that is equal to 1,852 meters or 1.151 miles. A nautical mile is a length equal to 1 minute of arc around the sphere of Earth. The equator is a circle having 360 degrees. Each degree is divided into 60 minutes, which are not the same as the minutes of the watch. In navigation, 1 minute is called a nautical mile. So, each degree of latitude is 60 minutes or 60 nautical miles. How many planets in our solar system have moons? Answer: 6 planets. Moons, also called natural satellites, come in many shapes, sizes and types. There are in all 205 such moons in our solar system. They are generally solid bodies and few have atmospheres. Most planetary moons probably formed from the disks of gas and dust circulating around planets in the early solar system. Except Mercury and Venus, all other 6 planets have moons, ranging from 1 to having dozens of them. Earth has 1 moon. Mars has 2 moons. Their names are Phobos and Deimos. Jupiter has 79 moons, out of which 53 are confirmed and 26 are provisional. The most well-known of Jupiter's moons are Io, Europa and Callisto. Jupiter also has the biggest moon in our solar system, named Ganymede. Saturn has 82 moons, out of which 53 are confirmed and 29 are provisional. Saturn's moons have names like Mimas, Enceladus and Tethys. One of these moons, named Titan, even has its own atmosphere, which is very unusual for a moon. Uranus has 27 moons. Some of them are half made of ice. Neptune has 14 moons. One of Neptune's moons, Triton, is as big as dwarf planet Pluto. How many quills does a porcupine have? Answer: about 30,000. Porcupines are famed for their quills, which are actually large, stiff hairs, that help the animals defend against natural predators. These quills typically lie flat until a porcupine is threatened, which then leap to attention as a persuasive deterrent. Porcupines cannot shoot them at predators as once thought, but the quills do detach easily when touched and can become firmly embedded in an unfortunate victim. Porcupines grow new quills to replace the ones they lose. Many animals come away from a porcupine encounter with quills protruding from their own snouts or bodies. Quills have sharp tips and overlapping scales or barbs that make them difficult to remove once they are stuck in another animal's skin. Now back to the question number 1. Why do birds fly in a V formation? Answer: if you thought that a V formation was just to follow the leader of the fleet, then you have totally underestimated their intelligence. Birds flying in the V formation are actually pulling off a feat that's more complicated and more impressive than anyone had ever imagined. As a bird flaps, a rotating vortex of air rolls off each of its wingtips. These vortices mean that the air immediately behind the bird gets constantly pushed downwards, which phenomenon is known as downwash, and the air behind it and off to the sides gets pushed upwards, which is known as upwash. If another bird flies in either of these upwash zones, it gets a free lift. It can save energy by taking advantage of this airflow created by its flock mate. Studies estimate that birds can save 20% to 30% energy while flying in a V formation. As each bird flaps its wings, the trail of upwash left by its wingtips also moves up and down. The birds behind can somehow sense this and adjust their own flapping to keep their own wings within this moving zone of the free lift. No one knows how do they manage to find these exact spots. However, scientists opine that they might be using their wing feathers to sense the airflow around them.